What's up, guys? Welcome to RollPlay Solum. I have no idea what week it is because we haven't done anything in like 2 weeks. So let's find out what everyone's been up to in the 2 weeks. Neal, you went on a vacation. Your webcam changed. Are you in a weird room? Did you just like...
Yes! No! No, this is the exact same room I'm always in.
Yes!
We win, Ryan!
Yes!
We win!
We didn't even tell JP that. He just came up with that on his own.
Neal, answer for yourself.
I don't even know what just happened.
This is they've been giving me shit saying I'm in a different place the entire time.
Did you move?
No,
you are in a different
I'm in the exact same spot.
Neal moved.
Vacation in a different realm.
Did you guys like talk about this ahead of time? Is this some like troll that you worked up?
Chat,
No.
tell him what's
Before I
up.
shut
Chat,
up?
let him know. There's no troll.
No troll.
I'm in the same spot I'm always in.
Well, how was the move? Did it go well?
I am moving in about a week and change.
No. Got news for you, bub.
You already moved.
Already moved.
You already
Well, then
moved
I
in
guess
your
I'm
sleep.
moving again in a week or so.
I see.
Here, is this better? Is this better?
Well, no, now it really looks like you moved. That's a totally different room, though.
He keeps moving.
You didn't move your computer? Like, the webcam's totally different place.
I don't know what... Is this better? Hold on, maybe... If I move it 2 inches to the right...
Honestly, I don't even remember that door being there.
That's the door I walk out of. It's the only door in my room.
It looks completely different. I don't know.
Everything looks different.
It does. You got a haircut? You went on vacation?
Got a haircut. I went on vacation.
Where'd you go? How was the vacation?
I went to Belize, and for those of you who don't know where that is
we're all American. We have no idea where that's at.
I don't know where Idaho.
Jen might know where that's at.
In the Caribbean. They speak English as a primary language. It was super warm and wonderful in every way, shape, and form. The water, like the ocean, was
Crystal
like
clear.
a really nice temperature, and it was clear, and there was like coral and beautiful fish. And we swam in a bioluminescent lagoon.
I don't recommend
like,
that.
What?
No, it was amazing.
Fucking monsters in that kind of water, man. You're going to
There's
be
fucking monsters,
patient zero for this new virus that takes out San Francisco.
No. It's because it's bioluminescent. Everything that moves leaves a bright trail of light behind us. So you'd see fish cruising
terrifying.
about. They're so
What if
fast.
this isn't even the real Neal? This is like a cloned Neal.
No.
in a
What
cloned
happened? Look.
Room.
And they were
Look,
like,
guys, Neal said he went to Belize. What really happened is he went on one of his other crazy alternate reality Neals where he goes to a Burning Man festival, takes some acid, and then he goes into a bioluminescent pool, whatever the fuck that means.
Radiation piss.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had a crazy week-long trip, is what you're saying.
I have never taken acid before, JP, but maybe I'll do it now if this is what it's like.
We've discussed this on the show, Neal. You do acid all the time. That's how you stay up.
Have to.
Yeah, that's how I stay.
Yeah, it's the secret to the 72-hour plus.
That's how he comes up with the campaigns.
Yeah.
I can't sleep,
It's like-
guys. The devil will get me there, so we got to keep going.
I just drop acid and play video games for 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
You say it like nobody's ever done that. I'm pretty sure there's festivals based around that concept right there.
Yep.
Oh my god.
In Belize.
In Belize. Well, everyone just says Belize because that's an easy way to like say that you went somewhere, but really they just go to Burning Man and drop some acid.
Burning Man's in August and September, man.
No, this is the super secret one in Belize, which is like in San Francisco.
You know, like I actually
Neal's
went to
apartment.
Belize too. I went ziplining through the jungle in Belize. It's pretty sick, actually.
You've
Yeah.
been to Belize as well?
I went ziplining through the jungle in Belize.
You just
I have
flew
I
to
have a
Belize
video.
to
I have a
only
video
zip
of it.
line, and then you left the same day?
No,
What?
I was
That's
on. I was
Mayflower
on
Reserve, right?
no, I was on a cruise, and like when you like go to these places, you get off and then you do an activity and get back on. And we
I bet
went.
you got off.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the ziplining! I got off many times.
Anna just did that shit. I'll never do that in a million fucking years. That's one step below skydiving, which is just as stupid, only twice as dumb.
I'd probably skydive now.
Would you really?
I think after going and driving that car, I'm into the adrenaline rushes. I'm into it now.
Man, not the same.
All right, Jeff, for $1 million, would you do with that guy and the astronaut, the like world's longest skydive? Would you do that? I would do that in a heartbeat.
I would do it for free.
A lot of people.
I would pay someone $1,000 to let me do that.
Yeah. It's closer that it would take $1 million just to get me to do a vanilla skydive, 30,000 feet up, or not even 30. It's like 15,000 or whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of that shit. And I'm sure once you get shoved out of the airplane, what are you gonna do? You're fine. But the whole build up and up there, I'd be like,
Oh, the build-up's got to be crazy. You got to have a ton of adrenaline. That's why I'm interested in it, because I want to know what it's like sitting in the plane, knowing in about 5 minutes you're jumping out of it, and you're not going to die at all. But you're strapped to You're strapped to Joe in front of you with a bunch of parachutes on you. It'd be a lot of fun.
You know those videos of guys with like their legs dangling out just before they jump out because they've done it, 500 times before, so it's just not a big deal to them at all.
Yeah.
I get like motion nauseated just looking at it. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh man. Well, sounds like you had a fun time in Belize, Neal. I don't believe that for a minute. You see what I did?
No.
Got him.
Now that was planned for like 2 weeks. As soon as you said Belize, I knew the joke. Jeff, you've been doing some traveling of your own. You went to somewhere in Europe. I don't know. It's all the same over there. Where'd you go?
I went to Bucharest this time.
Okay.
Really, actually, surprisingly cool city. Like our ignorant American education would tell you that it's, or at least my ignorant American education would tell you that it's, a desolate, kind of not one of the cool places to go to in Europe, and you certainly don't hear about it a whole lot. And if you had a choice, I wouldn't say skip Italy, go to Bucharest, but Bucharest was really, really fucking cool. The people are super friendly, lots of English speakers. The television's in English, and that's like your first indication that the country will be very English friendly.
Really,
food
the
was
TV's in
amazing.
English. That's
Interesting.
interesting.
Lots and lots of meat. They have a stray dog like epidemic, which is really interesting. Bucharest itself, at least from what I could tell, didn't have a huge issue with it. It's more of like a Romania thing. But I did see a stray, I guess at this point, kind of pseudo-feral Pomeranian, which made the entire trip because it was like so adorable and street smart that the combination was made to be a Disney movie, but it won't get done. But yeah, it was really fun. The panel we did, hanging out with Artosis and Tasteless, and Ben, of course, was amazing. And then outside of that, I'm just gearing up to leave for Lone Star Clash tomorrow, and I've just been streaming and trying to... I think actually I told Anna this. I've ascended to the perfect traveler. I absorbed this travel without any kind of jet lag at all.
Nice.
I think that makes me a super soldier of some sort. I did not get the top tier powers, but to travel without being tired is pretty incredible.
There you go. And you're headed to, you said Austin tomorrow?
Yes. I'm going to eat as much barbecue as I can possibly, as my body can absorb in that time.
Nice.
I love Austin's barbecue. They're great.
Austin's a good city. It's a good place to be. So cool. Ryan, I know what you've been up to. You've been getting that booty in arcades with me, so I think everyone knows that.
You guys seem to like it.
This is correct. It is.
We're enjoying it.
It's I haven't been this excited about a game in a long time. And it's really, really fun because I love PvP, playing against other people and killing them. I just like that. And this game facilitates that to the max.
More than DayZ? You're more excited about this than DayZ?
DayZ is like a different type of game. Like DayZ, like you make your own thing, but there's no like end game with DayZ. End game DayZ is like what you make of it. But this game, there's like, like always something to do if you wanted to. And just slaying people is you actually like go on trial and get thrown in jail for committing crimes and stuff. Like,
Jeff,
wow,
think about this.
It's crazy.
Jeff. Today, someone got the longest trial sentence. Now keep this in mind. I'll ask you how long you think they got. When you're in jail, you can't do anything. You can escape jail, but you can't use any skills for as long as you're serving.
Literally in a cell.
You literally get teleported to a jail, right?
Well, it's more like the big yard of the jail, but you can't get out or do anything really.
You can escape jail, but you can't use any abilities.
But you can't do anything.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeff, what is the longest sentence you think they put people in here for?
Real life minutes, and you have to be logged in.
You have to be logged in.
Yeah.
Logged in. Real life minutes.
Counts, right? Like they pay.
No, this
money.
is a free-to-play game. Well, people purchase this game to play in the alpha, but yeah.
Okay, but otherwise free to play.
Yes, when it launches. It's
called I would say the longest sentence could possibly be like 3 months.
Oh, that's way too long.
That's crazy.
Someone got 733 minutes today.
Well,
which equates to
you
like
now know
7
how
hours.
I would rule a video
Yeah.
game world. But,
This guy was sitting like he has to sit in jail for 7 hours.
If I
or
got
some
3 months,
crazy
I'm like
shit.
unsubscribe, peace, new game.
can he just leave it? Can he like leave his character online? And
I think he
walk
could just alt tab and like watch Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still fucked up. That's
Yeah.
what's that's over. That's 8 hours, 9 hours.
Some like some crazy amount of time.
And
That's
then
8
when they
hours,
get-
10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
When they get put into jail, while they're in jail thinking about their crime, we recruit them to our guild
Yeah.
of unsavory badasses who commit crimes.
Yeah. So our guild is just filled with like miscreants of the world and degenerates
Awesome.
that are just
Very
gonna go steal and kill everything in the game. It's a lot of fun.
I geek out about shit like that. I like games that include stuff.
It's also like what Ryan's most excited is the fact that he's actually like Robb Stark right now. He's like getting all of these people onto his side, and then he's like forming this alliance, much like Game of Thrones. He's interested in it. The politics of it all.
Robb Stark too, or
There you
There's
go.
like
spoiler for people that have missed last season, I guess. God, every time you mention it.
There you go.
they also have this system where like so you have a trial before you go into jail. And you can actually like corrupt the trial and get your own guild members on the trial and do bad things and then
Yeah.
be found innocent for those things and then just keep on like committing murder or whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
It's just like a lot of politics. It's pretty cool.
it's
I
pretty
like
nuts.
shit like that. That's cool.
It's really neat.
It's a pretty cool game. It's got a lot of interesting dynamics to it. So
I'd have to watch more because I watched a little bit of JP playing it, and it looks so fucking kawaii, and like it looked like the Uber WoW game that I was just like, all right.
there is a lot of like kawaii-ness to it.
If I could put a different skin on the game, like a WoW skin on these mechanics, I would. But
Yeah, it's good. I drove a race car last night, by the way, Ryan, and I was expecting it to float in the water. No, it just went straight to the seabed, and I drowned. It was pretty annoying. It was pretty great, though. So, I think Ryan's gonna be streaming that all this weekend, right?
indeed.
Okay, cool. Jen, what's going on with you?
You got me really curious now. Like, kind of wanting to just check out the game.
Well,
But
if you want to play now, it's $150. It's a little bit of a buy-in.
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
But when it comes out, it's free, huh?
when it comes out, yeah.
That's quite the disparity. They're like, if you want to play early,
150.
3
bucks.
times the price of most games. But if you wait, it's completely fucking free.
The
It-
thing is
yeah.
that like lots of people are still buying it.
Oh yeah, there's a fuck ton. There's like over 3,000 or 4,000 people right now on the server.
Does your character remain if once the game goes out?
On a PTR server, not on the live servers. So it'll be like on a test
Holy
realm.
fuck!
Yeah.
You
That's
guys paid
terrible.
$150 to play a.
Oh no, we didn't pay anything. We got
Well,
invited.
no.
All right, but still, there's people paying $150 to play a character that's just going to disappear, and then they're going to play a free MMO after.
Yeah, you get a bunch of other in-game stuff, so
Okay.
it's warranted.
Me and JP
From
are getting
their
paid
perspective.
10,000 gold apiece to do this promo right now, actually. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, he got gold. I got real money. Ryan always gets gypped. He's terrible at negotiating.
I asked to get paid and tried it in layers. He said no, so I said in-game gold. All right.
Yeah. All right, Jen, what's going on with you?
I've been playing a lot of HOTS. I'm kind of late on the boat, but whatever. I'm playing.
Heroes or actual HOTS?
The Heroes of the Storm thing.
That's what you can't just say. You can't throw
Yeah.
HOTS.
I
around
d-
when-
well, it's
Well,
not
hold
my
on, Jeff.
fault.
Jeff, let's not blame
not
Jen
playing
that.
that
It's
game yet.
Blizzard's fault for
Blizzard's
naming it Heroes of the Storm.
That's true.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
I'm a little bit late, and I was like, yeah, I guess 2 years would be pretty late.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
play the other HOTS.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blizzard, for that. That's really lovely.
Yeah, hashtag
really-
heroes, guys. Please don't call it HOTS. Like, that's the company line. Good job,
Woo.
Blizzard.
Anyway, besides that, I'm gonna be trying out Child of Light because it just came out. And
Game looks cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. My boss worked on it, so that's
You
nice.
should tell your boss that I wish it was on Vita and that he should make a Vita version of the game for me. Just see how that goes.
Just for you, GP.
Yep.
People geeking out about that game too. I've heard people really excited about it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a, it's
I'm really
a great
excited
looking
to-
game. It's very artistic
Yeah.
or
And
looks very
I
artistic.
really like the concept of Ubisoft trying to like create an indie game, even though we're a big studio. I think it's really cool. They like made a really tiny team, gave them small budgets, and you have few time make a crazy cool game with little resources and
And
it
then
works.
market it with a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah,
company.
that's the plan.
Well, no, market it by going on a role play show and talking.
Hey, yeah.
I'm joking.
Hey!
I'm joking. Childlike
I don't know.
does look great.
I don't know. I was excited about it, so I wanted to share. Yeah. And last thing was our first death on misclicks.
Whoa, spoilers.
Yeah, seriously.
What?
That was 2 days ago.
Oh, come on. Some people.
Well,
That's
they
not a
didn't
spoiler
say
at all.
who. They didn't say who died. It's
no,
okay.
I didn't say who.
Fuck it, I'm disgusting. I love that shit. Finally, Neal grew some. Finally, Neal came back from Belize, his little acid trip, a spiritual walk.
Yeah.
Had some balls, and killed someone on that show. All right.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Neal.
Nothing.
I knew shit was going down because I was behind Anna, and Anna argued for an hour and a half with Neal about the most hilarious shit. I'm streaming, and Anna literally lays down in a door frame and is like, "Look, Neal, look, 6 inches. I can get out of this space." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on behind me?" And then I turn around, and she's like, "You're still pretty when you cry." And I'm like, "All right, finally, Neal." One of the girls died.
Oh god. That's funny.
It's a weekly occurrence for us. JP is
Dude,
like, what a joke.
Someone told me that. I was like, I need to message him and be like, look, when he leaves your fifth, it doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna be fine. You'll get it. So,
dude, I still get a little salty when my characters died, and I've lost quite a few.
It's because of the way yours died, man. You're like, everything's fine, and Ryan's dead. All right, guys, swallow that pill.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. So that's go check out Misclicks, whatever week that was. Are the VODs up for that yet? Can they watch it in full?
No, it's not all up yet, so they can't know who died.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Well, go watch. Are you gonna break the lawyering session up? Or are you gonna have that as one VOD?
Oh, it's gonna be broken up because that's all we did.
Anna argues the same thing. Part 3.
Will she win this time? Turn into part 4.
I mean, stuff like, what do you mean the brick house is airtight, Neal? I called it.
Okay, 2-foot stone walls filled with like mortar. Like, that's a fucking airtight situation. Maybe not perfectly airtight, maybe not hermetically sealed, but it's like it'd be like trying to breathe through a fucking straw. You know, you're gonna die eventually.
Well, some people do it.
Here's Anna's Skype contact. Just go ahead and add her to the call. We can.
It's bleeding over into the show. God damn it. Anyways, cool.
Let me just get into this door real quick to see if I can.
I don't even want to know. All right, cool. Well, that's what everyone's been up to. We had a nice promo vid from the community to wrap up the last. I still don't know what happened because I was paying attention to the chat more so than the actual video. I think we're like gonna kill some 5-year-old that sticks corn up his ass or something. That's what I got from the video.
Not a 5-year-old, a prince.
A prince. That's 5 years old or something like that?
No. Prince Jordan is 28 years old.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that then.
Or 26. Did you guys read this week's recommended reading?
No.
I thought that was for the chat, not us. I thought.
Oh, you guys can read that shit if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I assume that you guys would read such things. You don't need to.
I thought it was like spoilers for what was going to happen tonight, so I don't read it.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. You can read it.
Neal, you don't have to be so defensive about this. I'll read it during the
totally
break.
why
No, it's fine, JP.
The part. If they didn't go near the prince, they'll
You know,
die.
I spend like 4 or 5 hours writing these every week, and if you don't want to read them, it's cool.
All right.
All right, so you guys are in a hermetically locked hostel. In 4 hours, you're gonna die.
Where did we immediately leave off last episode?
Night walks
the
in.
night walks in, right?
A knight walks in, looks around, and everyone gets quiet and looks at him. Dun dun dun.
Did anybody order corn on the cob?
Oh god. Is he just standing there now? What's he doing?
He walks in, looks around, kind of takes a moment, like a minute, and just kind of observes everyone in the room. Kind of gets a good sense of the place, and then turns around and walks back out.
All right,
did he look at anyone in particular?
He looks at everyone. Like, it looks like he was surveying the room, like checking, eyeing everybody in the room. Like, who are these people in here? What's going on?
Okay.
For the record, Jeff, he is wearing plate mail.
Thank you, Neal. I will step outside and stab him in the head.
Hey, bitch!
No, but on a more serious note, can you do a little bit more? Because we actually haven't played in, what was it, 2 weeks or something like that? So
half weeks, yeah. He is wearing plate mail. He has a longsword and a dagger on his hip. He is wearing fairly fine clothing, nothing too ornate, but it definitely looks to be of quality make.
It is stuff like, where are we, actually?
Oh, you guys are in a tavern in the town of, I don't have my map open right now.
I don't remember either. Hold on.
But I
There's
don't remember.
some prince car in...
I have the worst memory when it comes to getting back into roleplay. Like the first 5 minutes, I just...
Okay, but
getting
also
my
you
hands.
do another show and Mafia, so in our defense, there's a ton of shit juggling for us.
I think
No,
you guys
I know.
did
I'm not. I'm just.
Where?
I think we're in where? That sounds right. Down
Yeah,
south,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Because then we
Yeah.
made those inappropriate jokes, or I think just JP did maybe.
I was making Celaware jokes. I don't know what you guys were doing.
That was you. Never mind, it was Neal. My apologies, JP.
Yeah, no problem. I don't
How's
know how-
Celaware inappropriate?
Well, the team is the team that molested the player, the coach.
Wait, what? No, you're joking.
You didn't know that when you were making those jokes?
I thought
Okay.
that was part of the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys serious?
Yes, Neal.
Yeah,
Oh
of course.
shit! No, I remember a player named Celaware. That's all I knew.
It's okay.
Neil probably just thinks this entire week we're just trolling him so hard.
We're traveling to Penn State.
It helps when you do these shows sober, Neal. I'm just saying, but I think
Look,
Arrows is where the prince was supposed to be, but then we got word that he's here, right? In Wera?
In Wera, yeah.
I vaguely remember I got intel that from the bartender that he is possibly, well, he said he likes the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we're trying to destabilize the region, so we're talking about the prince, but also the other generals and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
Is that where we're at?
I
feel
think
like
so,
that's where
yeah.
we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the conversation came up that like if we were to like get rid of the like kill the prince or whatever, that it would destabilize the region.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
And also, just to get this out of the way, Neal.
Oh yeah, you also killed a 5-year-old. That's what happened.
He tried to steal me. I threw a spear at him. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where the 5-year-old. I remember that now.
If I were to hit somebody, Neal, is it +8? Let's just. Right?
Yeah, we figured this out last time. +8 to hit, +4 to damage.
Okay, thank you. So go ahead. Sorry, resume. One of the important questions would be: was the knight in any kind of veracity?
Yeah, did we
emblem?
see any emblem or anything on him?
No, he had the sigil of. Actually, none of you guys have heraldry. You have no idea what fucking sigil it was, but it was not,
Not
a
a
big
Templar, not veracity.
Right.
Okay.
Could you describe it?
Yeah, did we see like a small cat on his shoulder? Like what type of?
No. The emblem is an axe crossed with a longsword.
Okay. My player just pulls out his smartphone and starts googling it. I'm gonna no.
An axe
So we're in the
crossed-
tavern, right? Is that where we're at? We were having dinner or something? Is it
Yes.
nighttime?
Yeah, it's evening.
Comes in, scopes the area or
For
the
like a
room.
Like 60 to 90 seconds, like checks out everyone. In the meantime, everyone's like dead quiet and looking at him. And then he turns around and walks out. He's got a nice long flowing cloak behind him that is midnight blue.
I'm gonna. Victorian kind of gives one of those inquisitive eyebrow raises and walks out.
Okay.
When he
After.
leaves, Neil, do like people start talking again? Are there murmurs around the bar?
People watch. He walks out, and people like start to turn back, and then Victorian gets up, and people like stop their talking and watch Victorian get up and walk out. What do the rest of you do?
Take another sip of whatever I'm drinking. Just watch.
Dana gets up and follows Victorian.
Okay.
As she's standing up, I would ask her, "What are you doing?" Quietly.
Whatever he's doing, he's going to need backup, she says.
All right. I get up and follow.
All right, I follow.
I stay at the
Okay.
wherever I'm at drinking.
All right, Victorian, you get up and you walk out. You're, I want to say, 20 seconds behind the guy or 10 seconds behind the guy.
Sure, that's about right.
Yeah. You see him walking down the street further into the town.
I'm gonna kind of shadow him as much as a 6'2", 230-pound blacksmith can.
All right. Cool.
Not super obvious, but I'm every time he turns around, I'm going to grab a wig and a newspaper and hold that up.
He just rushed to the side.
Mhm.
All right. So you walk after him. He goes 3 blocks and walks into a second tavern. I would tell you the name of the tavern, but you are illiterate.
Kind of as we're walking, do I come across what would appear to be a wizened old NPC that has information I could take away from them?
There are people walking in the streets. Yeah, there's an old man in the street.
Yeah, I'd approach the old man and kind of give a... I'd walk up in his personal bubble and look in the direction of the knight and say, what of him?
Huh? That guy?
I thought we were talking to Iago or some shit.
Yeah, it might have been a crow. Yeah, what do you know of him?
I don't know the man myself, but he's wearing the colors and sigils of the Miklograd.
What is that, friend?
It's the capital of this region, this kingdom.
You said Miklograb?
Miklagard.
Michelob.
Miklagar.
Okay.
Nickelodeon.
That
Don't
could be...
you know anything, young man? Don't you even know where you are?
I try to know. So he's just a knight? You don't recognize him? You don't know he's not any kind of special knight of sorts?
Guy scratches his head. The blue cloak means something.
You've been super helpful, friend. This is literally one of... What's that?
You should be kinder to your elders, you know. We raised you. We brought you into this world. We can take you out.
You're right. I hand him 3 silver.
All right. Well, he looks at it and goes, that's better. And then he starts like hobbling on with his stick.
I let it, yeah. And then I just kind of follow after the knight. I don't go into the tavern, but I kind of lean up against the wall, kind of within eyesight of the door, I guess.
Okay. There's a window that actually has glass in it, lots of little glass panels. And looking inside, you see 3 other knights dressed similarly to him.
Blue cloaks?
Blue cloaks, plate mail, and a youngish man, early to mid-20s, sitting between 2 of them, next to one of them, actually. 2 of them are standing and talking, wearing, very nice clothing. Definitely looks like some sort of prince or royal member or just high nobility, but nice clothes, and everyone's like scooted far away from him.
Do I recognize this tavern to be the one that we had heard that the guy was kicked out of? Now it's coming back to me.
Kicked out of?
Yeah, last time we played, there was a guy that came in complaining that he was kicked out of a tavern because that's where the prince was going to be.
You don't know if this is that place, but it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
In your head.
Does Dana or anybody else mosey up to me?
Yeah. Everyone else is like a few seconds behind you.
Guys, I think we found the prince. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm pretty sure. Now, as we know, he does like the mail company, right?
As are the rumors, yes.
If we're to do a quick... Neal, who is the most handsomest of our group? Who has the highest charisma?
Roll for hotness.
We already did, Jen. We already did.
Did you guys actually roll for hotness?
Oh, we didn't.
Well, I thought we did charisma. Isn't that just how attractive you are?
No. Charisma is interpersonal skills.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
All
shit,
right.
it's time to roll.
Should we
We're
roll for
rolling.
hotness?
Yay.
All right, guys. You want to roll for hotness? You're going to have to keep track of it on your character sheets. It is 4d6d1. I will type that for 4d6d1.
D1?
Yeah, that means you take the sum of the 3 highest rolls. All right. Victorian Black is average hotness.
That's what I expected.
Dead average. Dude, make a note of this on your character sheet somewhere, please.
Okay.
4d6d1, right?
Yeah. Tariq is
Holy crap!
gorgeous! Tariq!
You gorgeous
Holy
motherfucker.
shit, Tariq!
Yeah, Tariq is hot.
And that
It's
scar
so
across your belly
beautiful.
serves to make you more handsome, actually.
I'm not there. I'm rolling for hotness, though, just so we have it.
Do it.
Oh!
Sweet's hot too. Yes.
How's that possible, though?
Oh my god!
All right. So I kind of, my eyes peruse the group, and it seems very obvious. You know, Jockrey and I are pretty average-looking fellows, and then Smee and
I'm not
Tariq
there. I'm still in
very
the bar,
different
but yeah.
reasons. Oh, you're not there?
No.
Tariq is what many people would assume to be perhaps an Abercrombie and Fitch model back in the days of that time. It was just Abercrombie back then. I say, Tariq, you might be our best bet, friend. You might be our best bet.
So what exactly are we persuading this guy?
Well, we got to discuss it. But one of the plans that we had talked about, since he is a Verasi prince, I hope you don't have any qualms about this, but destabilizing the region would be getting rid of perhaps some leadership. And if he likes men, you could offer him a blowjob, but instead cut him off at the head. You could kill him.
Well,
Maybe just your hand. Either way, I don't know what kind of man you are, Tariq, but
You're a beautiful one, that's for sure, bro.
indeed. So, and I'm saying this quietly to just the group. You're proposing that I gain his trust, and then we take him somewhere and murder.
it just so happens I have wyvern poison on my person. I believe we have other options as well, but we would just need someone close. It doesn't have to be so overt as, you know, anything else. Maybe it's literally you guys have dinner together. We'd have to think this through. I've never assassinated someone, to be honest.
Is it something that you could simply imbibe and it would take effect to that?
It's a fluid.
Are they drinking at the bar, Neal?
No, they're the assumed prince is sitting next to one of his bodyguards at a table. You see two of the other bodyguards standing just a few feet away from them, you know, having a slow conversation, and you see there is a what would you call it? The wench, the serving wench, is back against the bar, kind of her hands folded in front of her, just kind of waiting patiently. And you see the bartender, or the probably the proprietor, standing behind the bar, wiping down some mugs.
So are they drinking?
Only the prince is eating and drinking. No one else is.
So what
We still have the debilitative poison. We still have that too.
What I recommend is we doll you up with really fine clothes. We find some kind of alternate ID so that, obviously, you know, his death doesn't get attached to the real you, and we get you close.
We could do that. Another thing we could do is just go get Smee right now, give him the poison. I create the diversion. Smee slips it in. No one's the wiser.
What kind of diversion do you mean? Oh,
I walk up. I talk to him while his attention is on me, Smee.
On you or on Smee?
It'll be tough. He's got those knights with him. I feel like we actually have to get him into an intimate situation where perhaps the knights are not present. Those are his bodyguards.
I feel like the situation, I agree, maybe the bodyguard shouldn't be around, but intimate is not necessary, I feel like, part of the equation.
No.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's just that you would probably want to suggest and infer it to get him private.
Possibly.
I'm up for other ideas, guys, but it seems like with this intel, this is the best thing we have. Right?
So here's the thing: is with your plan, I get close to him, and
close.
I mean, yeah, there's a disguise, but I'm not really that adept at being
having sex with a man.
At disguising myself. And if I get close to him and then he dies, suspicion would be drawn upon me.
Joppy, how long does the wyvern poison take to act?
Isn't it instant?
It is instant. Yes.
Yeah, it is instant. That's why I feel like we should be using the type P poison, which I have, which is debilitative and takes 1 to 3 hours to work. But then it won't kill him though.
Why would we use that then? You want to slow him down?
You want to
I don't
debilitate
know. I'm
him.
not too
man.
sure
If
what
we
it
get
does
him
to
to sit
people.
long enough,
He'll
Are-
never
do
be
you
able
have the
to
ability
use the
concoct
restroom.
another more slow-acting poison?
I don't know. Do I, Neil?
You don't have any on hand.
Yeah.
You have herbalism, right, as a proficiency?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would have the ability to create other poisons. You need the components. They're difficult to come across
Yeah.
usually. But I mean, if you search the surrounding areas, you might find a poison plant that you could work into something.
But it would take me like a day or two, right?
I mean, you would just need to find the plant and then crush it up into something. It would probably take you a few hours after finding the plant.
Do we have a
If-
reason
if
for
you
wanting
can find
to
such things.
destabilize the region again, or is this just...
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's been a couple of weeks, but what you guys had heard was that if something were to happen to the prince, the whole region would be fucked up, and you guys were interested in destabilizing it to help.
fight?
No. To make it easier to pass through without being detected.
Oh, okay.
But
But,
he
I mean,
like
this
he
is your
works
call.
for
Like,
the Verasi, right? Like he's not Verasi, but he works for them, correct?
you're not really sure of the status of things in this region. To be
Maybe you
honest.
should just get to know him and see where he stands, really.
Maybe
Well,
just
we're,
strike
like,
up a conversation with them, Tariq.
Talking
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
about a
I mean,
murder
you guys
plot.
don't have to get together. You can just befriend him and get to know him.
Why don't we?
How
all
are you? Are you comfortable with that? Just finding out more about him?
Absolutely.
Then, friends, I say
But-
this with all seriousness, let's go shopping. For nice clothes.
Neil, outside of game, like is the disguise check based on who applies the disguise or who is wearing it?
Disguise check. You need to. It would be. You have to have the proficiency, and you do it to yourself. You cannot disguise another person. So.
I don't think this would work, friends. It would have to be. Again, I'm not adept at disguising myself. The only person I know that can do that is Smee.
Then why don't you just be yourself? I mean,
I was never really proposing that he... I'm just saying you use a different name, you wear nice clothes as opposed to your plate.
yeah.
And, I mean, that's it.
We could do that. But again, like if I talk to him, get to know him, and then he dies, I am very high up on the suspect list.
I understand that. But the region will destabilize, and I would hope that they have other concerns. I mean, there's no way around this.
I think we
Unless
should talk...
we can think
Maybe
of
we
doing this in a
can-
stealthy fashion.
Maybe we can frame someone else.
That is not a bad idea, Jockrey. I actually have some Verasi. What was it called? Like a scabbard or
Tabard.
a tabard? There is a way we could do that as well.
Yeah, we could try that. Like, get to know him, find out his alignment, maybe find out if someone would have motives to kill him, and then let's blame it on that person.
Not a bad idea, Jockrey. I think I agree. Tariq, do
Neil-
you agree that this starts with you approaching?
all of the people, the prince and those guys, they're talking at a table, correct?
Yeah. Well, the prince is seated next to somebody at a table. The other two guys are standing beyond the around the table, near the table.
Okay. Are there nearby tables?
Yeah.
I want to just sit and eavesdrop on the conversation.
Okay. Well, you guys are still outside.
Oh, I thought we were inside the bar discussing.
No.
the
You're
murder plot.
outside looking
Guy.
in through the window.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go inside and I'll pick a seat near them.
Okay.
And order
So
a drink.
You open the door and start walking in. Or as you open the door to walk in, there's a guard with his back to the door who turns to face you. You couldn't see him from the window. And he says, "The bar's closed. Find somewhere else."
It looks like there's people inside.
The prince is having the bar for the evening. You'll have to find your place somewhere else.
He rented it out.
He's the prince. When he goes somewhere, the whole place vacates.
Sure, my mistake.
Okay.
Right.
The guy gives you a courteous nod, and
I leave,
Watches.
walk back past the party, and give him a head nod like, let's go elsewhere. This isn't going to work.
Okay, I follow him.
let's go back and meet up with Smee, and we can discuss another plan. But apparently wherever he goes, he gets the whole place to himself. So we're gonna have to get him either in transit, or maybe when he's sleeping or something.
I still want to know more about him. If we're gonna, I mean, we don't have to. If he's for the good, destabilizing the region could just mean removing the Verasi presence as well.
Yeah. We need to find out more about the prince. How about we just spend the night and scatter a bit?
Sure.
Talk to people. All
Okay.
right.
Sounds good.
Executing plan.
So I
Okay.
give a nod and I split off to go to another tavern, I guess.
All right. There are only, what was the size of where? I think there are only 2 bars in town. Yeah. Where's big enough? There are 3 bars in town total. The one that you've already been to, the one that has been closed, and a third one you hear about, and you can find your way to.
I head to the third one then.
Okay. The third one is packed overcrowding, and pretty much everybody's talking about the royal visit of the prince. That's all anyone's talking about right now.
For right now, then I just kind of lean up against the bar, order a drink, and listen to what they're saying. I guess. Do I glean anything from this?
Yeah. Let's open up this document. You're hearing all sorts of stuff. The prince was here because his brother. Where did it go? I want to get these names right, and I wrote them down. His brother, Zeldir. So this is Prince Jordan of Miklograd, this kingdom which was overtaken by Verasi, 70 years ago or whenever they took over. His brother, younger brother, who's only like 15 years old, is the Prince of Aros, this small region out here away from the central kingdom. And it seems that Zeldir has kidnapped or taken prisoner or hostage somebody. So this guy named Maris. You have no idea who this guy is. And it looks like Jordan came to talk to his brother about this whole thing, and has already made it to Aros and is leaving back. And everyone's up in arms like, holy shit, what did they talk about? What happened to Maris? What's going on? Was he killed? Was he not killed? What's going on between the brothers? So that's
On his way back to where?
It sounds like he's headed back to Miklograd.
Okay. So people don't necessarily have like an opinion of him being. I'm not hearing he's a bad guy or anything like that.
The conversation mostly is about just what happened to this Maris guy.
Okay.
But
other people
you've
go.
only been here for a few minutes, so.
Yeah, I'll just continue to listen while other people are doing that part, I guess.
All right. Anyone else have any other actions?
I mean, I think we're all doing the same thing.
plan.
All of us are going to different places, trying to glean what we can about the prince.
Okay. It sounds like this Maris guy is Prince Jordan's advisor, his Shafi. This seems to be the word passed around, and you're gathering that it means advisor. And it also sounds like this Maris guy is an agent of Lord Ferris, who is one of the 4 Verasi generals left. So there seems to be some, that Prince Zeldir took hostage this agent of Ferris, this agent of Verasi, who's also his brother's advisor. And it sounds like the people around here, around Aros, are pretty pissed off, and we're looking for hanging. And there's some other people who are like, no. If we kill him, it's going to cause all sorts of problems. The Verasi folk will come down on us if we kill their guy. And other people are saying, well, he's Verasi. He's a total asshole. He deserves to die. Let them come. We can fight them off.
So
Down
some
with
people
Verasi.
want the prince to die, right?
No, they don't want the prince to die. They want this Maris guy to die.
But the brother in Eros is the one that abducted Maris, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't know shit about the prince, so.
No.
Oh, we know he abducted a Verasi.
The prince that's
Agent.
here is not the one who abducted.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Now, when we walked into town, did we see Verasi presence?
There are a few scattered about, yes.
Okay, but it's not. They don't own this town in that sense?
I mean, there are Verossi laden guards about, but it also they're fewer than normal, fewer than you would expect. They walk about completely unmolested, like they own the place, but most of the guards are actually wearing the axe and longsword sigil.
Were there any guards in the bar after, like, when the rest of the party left? Did I see any Verossi people within the bar?
No.
Did I see any people with the other emblem, the sword and axe?
No.
So it's literally just like village.
The bar that you're
goers.
in is just the village folk.
Okay. And was it packed or no?
The bar that you're in is pretty unpacked right now. It's lightly populated.
Who's like sitting down? Like what are my options here?
It
If I
seems to
scan the
mostly
room,
be
what do I see?
merchants. Seems to be merchants and mid-level folk.
Okay.
Perhaps
I'll
some
go up and
skilled
ask
craftsmen.
I go up to the bartender, I guess, to get another round or something after they leave. I'll finish the drink that I have and walk up to the bartender and since I'm short, I guess I'll have to hoist myself up on a bar stool or something. And I lean over the table and call motion for the bartender to come over with a hand motion or something like that.
Yeah, he walks over and says, "What will it be, young master?"
I look at him and I kind of like look around the room and I'm like, I'm new in town. Where are all the Verossi guards?
Oh, round here we have Prince Jordan to keep us safe. An arrangement was made. You must be a traveler.
Yes, yeah. Again, I'm not from around here. What's this arrangement that you're talking about?
Well, the Miklograd family keeps us safe, and they just pay the taxes forward to Verossi, and that way we don't have to be governed by Verossi folk, by the forces of Verossi. We govern ourselves and just pay forward whatever taxes are needed, and they can come through and recruit as they need or pass through the lands, but we don't have to deal with them directly.
How long has this been going on?
Ever since they came through here. Last 70, 80 years. Long before I was born.
So you guys have gotten used to just having Verossi kind of push you guys around?
He kind of furrows his brow and says, Now. They don't really push us around.
But you pay them for nothing, it seems.
Look, we don't like troublemakers here.
Oh no, I'm not looking for trouble. I'm trying to figure out why you would pay someone if they're not helping you out.
Well, they have more troops than we do. They own half the world.
True, but they don't own this land, it seems.
Are you gonna order something to drink or not?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you feel like serving.
All right. He walks away and taps a keg, pulls it out for you, fills a glass for you, and puts it in front of you. Frowns at you and walks away off to another customer who's banging at his cup on the table.
Sure. Okay, I'll sit there and drink quietly to myself for now. If the other guys want to do something.
I'm gonna ask. I guess, eventually make my way to the barkeep as well and just kind of ask him if he knows anything of what the brothers. Does nobody know anything about the discussion the brothers had?
The barkeep is pretty busy right now because this place is packed. He says, "What? I don't know. Talk to someone else. What do you want to drink?"
Nothing. It's fine. I just look around for someone that I could talk to, I guess.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of people. Everyone's engaged in conversation. It's a very rowdy place. Mostly peasants and farmers and lowly workers. Everyone's yelling at each other.
I tap a couple of people then or whatever and ask about any word from Arrows.
Oh, you get such an earful. You get 3 different stories about what happened. One person says that this Maris guy, the assistant to Prince Jordan, has already been killed. His head's been cut off. He's locked down in the dungeon. He's dead. His cousin's friend, who is a guard at Eros, told him. You have another guy who says that Prince Jordan has taken...
I got. I'm not gonna get anything. I just nod off. And where is McCrag, I guess, or whatever you're saying?
Miklagard?
Miklagard.
Southwest. Significantly.
Oh, so it's a long journey, I guess.
It's a long journey.
Okay. I guess I kind of get the gist of this and eventually leave off to go find the rest of the group.
Okay. You all meet back up unless there's someone else wants something.
Did anybody find anything?
Interesting.
Yeah, about the prince.
Kind of gist of it is, it seems that the brother at Arrows is the one that stood up to Verasi, and without confirmed information, I would say that this brother Jordan was the one sent to possibly talk sense into him, which would mean he might be a Verasi sympathizer that way, or at least someone that wants to maintain the relationship with Verasi.
So, did you get any sense of when he'll be leaving, or when we can maybe catch him in transit when he's not in a public building by himself?
No, nobody knows that. Not anyone reliable, anyways.
I speak up and I'm just like, I get the sense that have whatever we want to do with the prince, and I kind of say that under my breath, would actually like help the Verasi. These people have been paying the Verasi taxes on these lands for quite some time, and I think we should perhaps see if they're interested in doing something about that. Granted, it's been like 80 years, so they're probably fine with it, but there's got to be some nerve there. I definitely struck a nerve with the bartender when I brought it up. He seemed a little bit irksome about it.
Yeah.
I think maybe just a straight-up conversation.
So you're telling us they're paying money to the Verasi?
Yeah, I mean, look around. I kind of like motion around us. There's not very many Verasi here, and that's because they pay him to stay out. They basically pay him for this land. That's
So
definitely a
you'd
button we
say-
could press and
So
see
you'd say
what.
this prince is doing something good then?
From my understanding, yes.
The question is though, like, what's his motive with the Verasi? Why would he help those people?
That I don't know.
Maybe he takes a cut.
Maybe he
He
does.
must take it. He must take a cut.
I'm sure he gets some portion of it. I think a straight up conversation though would do some good just to see where
With
he's
the prince?
at. Yeah.
I don't know if we can get that conversation.
Maybe we can just ask. Who knows?
I mean,
You have to run the risk of what you talk about would be treason, and if he is loyal, you'll have an undisclosed number and strength of knights coming after us, yeah?
I turned to Dana and Tariq and I'm like, surely the Templar brand and Templar name carries some weight, does it not? Especially amongst anti-Verasi or those who aren't Verasi.
Dana shakes her head slowly, says, "We've been keeping to ourselves and trying not to ruffle feathers. We've had more important tasks to do than make friends."
Well, maybe the time for ruffling is now.
She frowns, but doesn't object.
I look to Tariq as well.
I still think that we should make up our minds about this guy before we begin attempting to make contact. He seems like a very private person, very much so wanting to not allow any access to anyone to wherever he's at except for his trusted bodyguards. And if we start asking for that access, we decide we don't like him, and then anything befalls of him, all of us are viewed as guilty.
Sometimes when you have I don't know, another angle to take would be a prince might visit perhaps escort services in the town. And one of the ways we could infiltrate that would be to apply pressure to the person that runs that particular place and have Mr. Tariq inserted in, no pun intended.
I could probably I could ask around town. I've dabbled in those types of places before.
Why don't we ask, how long has this prince been in town, do we know?
You had heard that he arrived this evening.
He probably would have made arrangements beforehand, perhaps, so we can go ask if he's already made such an arrangement.
Exactly.
Sure. I think I can go find something like this tonight if you guys, unless you want to come with me, that's up to you. But I can definitely look around town and ask around town. Find it rather quickly, I would assume.
We can wait for you.
It's really up to Tariq, though. Are you okay with this? I look towards Dana more than I look towards Tariq when he answers this.
Dana seems unfazed.
I'm okay with any plan that gets us more information. If the information is strong enough, then we will do what we need to do for the best of the kingdom.
Now, tell me, Tarika, I mean, being with the Templar for however many years now, I would assume your whole life, correct?
Well, not my entire life, but much of it, yes.
I once again look towards Dana for this answer for the question I'm about to ask him. Like, have you been with anyone before?
Dana smiles.
She had a son.
I have indeed,
Him.
but suffice it to say that if we decide that we want this man dead, I will not be adding another to the list.
You will not have sex with him. Is what you're
Is
saying.
what I'm saying, yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that got a little bit confused. I didn't get didn't go off in
Tariq,
my
if
head.
I didn't think you were such a great man, I'd question your loyalty to this mission. But
You know, actually, what I heard is that he likes, since he's so used to seeing such fine things all the time, he likes to break out of the mold, and he actually goes for more average-looking guys, is what I heard. So I feel like we should find out which of these rumors is true.
Well, I
and
mean,
then-
surely we're the brothel, if there is one here in town, we'll ask them. I'm sure he has a request of some sort. We'll see what their
Indeed.
request is.
He probably has.
Smee, how about you ask around about the brothel and find out that? Tariq, I think you need to buy some fine clothes either way. Part of this is going to involve getting information by trying to attract his attention.
I kind of look around the group and I look at Victorian. Yeah, it's Victorian, actually. That's right. For some reason, I thought it was your
Vincent.
Spec Person the Third or whatever from the
Oh.
other campaign.
Spec passing the Fed.
Yeah, I look at Victorian. I see like this blacksmith who's not really all that fashionable, and I look at Tariq. He's just wearing armor. Look at Jacri, and then quickly turn my head as I just see dreads and some weird get up. I'm not really
No
sure.
dreads.
Joffrey cut his hair.
Cornrows.
It doesn't matter. Corners. Then I look at Dana. What is Dana wearing? Does she seem fairly
She
well
is wearing plate mail. She is very attractive, actually. Dana is also a 17 on the hotness scale.
Damn.
kept?
Yeah, Dana-
Okay.
We got an
Dana-
attractive group.
Yeah, apparently. But she seems to be covering it up mostly with armor and just standard clothes.
I turned to Dana. I'm just like, Dana, you might want to go with Tariq in terms of getting the proper attire while I'm out at the brothel. I mean, look at this man. All he seems to know is armor, not the fine apparel that a prince would expect.
Well, if you take a look at my boots, you'll note that they're very fine.
That's all. Yeah. They're pink. Do you guys have the proper funds to go buy some nice clothes?
I would look at Dana because she has the money
Dana
bag.
she says, yeah, we can get you something other than that Charlemagne crap.
Okay. Doesn't have to be anything
Charlemagne.
over the top.
I love Charlemagne. That's who made
While
these
you guys are
boots.
doing that, I'm going to watch the bar, and then we can meet up back at the original tavern. How's that sound?
Yeah, that
The bar
sounds
that
good.
he's at.
I shouldn't be very long. I don't think I'll partake. I'll just find the brothel.
Okay, let's meet up for dinner tonight at the original tavern, and we'll discuss our findings.
Sounds great.
Joffrey, I don't know. Maybe you can look into a poison that doesn't act right away.
All right.
How's that sound?
Yeah, I'll go looking for things. So I
Okay.
head off into the wilderness, Neil.
Okay, it's nighttime.
We could take a
Yep.
break here, by the way, if you want, while we all have.
Oh, I'll have trouble seeing
Yeah,
the things.
you're gonna have trouble. You should wait till morning
yeah.
to find plants.
Crap.
Well, let's take a break
Okay.
All right, let's.
because I mean we're right on 8:30, so this is straight up first hour. So I think we're going 2 more hours after this, and then we'll call that a show. But we'll be back. That's at the end of hour number. This is the worst outro ever. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace.